The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, I can't believe you called. Why you, man?
I apologize.
Did you get it? Did you figure it out?
Yeah, I figured it out. Sent to the person. So
that's a Samsung's phone?
It's a yes, an upgraded one, the 5G.
Is that better than the Apple?
Anything's better than Apple. Y'all got to keep replacing it every year. Samsung.
That looks like for a slow person.
Well, I have some mental issues.
I'm sorry. We on air. Oh, hey.
My fault.
Hey, welcome. Hey, well, thank you for having us back. I'm Louis Dix.
I'm Dannon Green.
And we are on, I saw on the thing there, did you see? It said season 2. I didn't know we had a season 1.
I didn't know about season 1. I haven't got no residual checks or nothing.
We got picked up. So we got picked up for season 2.
Wow.
But we have a new time slot because I'm out of town and he's out of town, and comics work usually on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it was hard to. So now we decided we're going to do Tuesdays 11 a.m. Our homie that's normally with us, he's been modeling and doing pilots, and I think he's outgrown us.
Yeah, he's big time.
So he's big time. So we wish him the best. He is easily replaceable.
Damn.
As you can see, we've replaced him with no one. So, I guess someone that calls me doesn't know I have a radio show.
Yeah, well, they didn't know you had changed it to Tuesday.
Okay,
see,
fair enough.
So you can't get mad.
Yeah, and I can always tell when my phone rings who it is around the time that they call.
Yes.
Because most people that know me know that this is not
a time to call you.
Well, I don't know. So how are you?
I'm doing well, Mr. Lewis.
It's been a minute?
It's been a minute, man. I didn't even know
you've been working out.
Huh?
Look like you've been working out.
Bro, I keep pushing, homie. These young
you
bulls.
get a little chunky for a minute. I didn't tell you that.
Damn, was I looking fat?
Yeah.
Do I look fat now?
No, you look good. I saw you when you walked back to say something to boss lady. I saw the back. It looks like I was like, okay, he's getting it back.
Damn, that's a shame when you walk around, people looking like you fat. You know?
No, you're not fat. I said chunky.
I was eating.
Yeah.
Life was good at the time.
Yeah, you were wearing hard shoes.
Now times are tough. I'm back to good.
Back to that grind. back to that grind weight. Don't we all know that? Don't we all that grind weight is serious.
See, men are different. Women, when they get it tough, they get fat.
Right.
Well, I'm eating ice cream. Things are tough. When it get tough for men, we get back in shape.
Oh, now see, I don't say fat. I say strong.
What, to women?
Yeah, when they chunky.
I say they fat.
I got a little joke about that.
Oh, okay, my fault.
And I just got back from. Thank you, San Jose. I had a good time in San Jose.
Yeah, you've been doing your thing, right?
Yeah, with Craig Robinson. Shout out to him for.
Big shout out to Craig Robinson, man.
Yeah, he's been.
Returned none of my calls. Good dude, though.
Yeah, I'm more or less though. If I'm going to be candid, I'm more or less his feature, but his assistant too. Because I carry his keyboard and I make sure everything is right.
Well, I think if anything, he's got the right person to keep him, under wraps. You know what I mean? You got to have somebody that has a little bit of, somebody that they respect.
And somebody that you can, know when something's coming.
Right, and you can say, damn, I ain't heard that. You know what? It feels good to hear that, man.
What word, old head?
Yeah, old head, man. Because in Philly, that was the respect. You don't get that no more out there, but if you had somebody that was an old head, that mother could walk the street all he want.
Yeah.
Yo, man, it's an old head, man. Leave him alone.
Now, okay, something funny happened in San Jose, and POTUS will appreciate this because it concerns my dad.
Okay.
And people who met my dad know my dad he's 81 now. He's slowing down, but he's still active, and he still tries to be funny, and he's still this and that. So him and his wife came to stay at the hotel.
Okay.
And so they could come to the show for the weekend.
So your dad came out from Philly?
No, he was in San Jose.
He lives
in Patterson, which is like about 45-minute ride from San Jose.
Oh, so he's West Coast now?
Yeah. So he comes to the hotel because we're already checked in the hotel.
Okay.
So he comes. We have a show Friday. He shows up Saturday and comes to Saturday and Sunday. Mm-hmm. So I'm getting ready. It's about 4:30, 5:30, and I'm playing music and I'm in the shower trying to get my head ready for the show.
Right.
So I hear Louis, you in there? Now, it's my dad's voice.
Right.
I'm thinking he's called me and it's coming through the Bluetooth thing.
Right.
I don't realize he's actually walked in my room.
Now, how did he get
access? This is a trip.
Oh, okay.
So then I get out of the shower and I call him. I was like, "What's up, Dad? Were you just in my room?" He's like, "Yeah, they made a mistake. You know, I came in, they gave me and Ellen the key to your room." So I'm like, "How does that happen?" Then I go downstairs, meet him, and then he says, "Hey, they gave me the key. I just went in Craig's room." So they gave him a key to go in Craig's room. So I go to the front desk. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Now, I know probably my dad came to the hotel, the front desk, and said, "Hey, I'm Louis Dix. My son is here,
right.
and he's opening up for Craig Robinson, whatever. Now, these dumb people gave him the key.
Right.
First to my room. Then he came back down and said, "No, that's the wrong key. It's my son's room." Then they gave him Craig's room without asking him for ID or anything.
Man.
So I'm like, horrified that okay,
yeah, because you could have got robbed, anything.
Like, no, not for me. I'm thinking I'm done. Craig's like, my dad just came in your room. Look, man, I like hanging out with you, but
yeah, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
both you motherfuckers.
Yeah, so
two Dixes.
Yeah, so but Craig was cool about it. But I'm like, only my dad.
Yeah,
and he walked into Craig's room.
Wow, and probably yelled for you too.
No, he said he saw Craig because Craig, of course, like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
Hey, Craig, it's me, Louis. I'm sorry, man. Lose my son. They gave me the wrong key. I'm like, only my dad.
Only your dad could get ready to ruin whatever little paper you was trying to make.
Yeah.
Way to go, Pops. Appreciate
But we
you.
got a pass because he 81.
Okay, yeah.
So when you get
81, he was 79. You probably be fired.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely if he was 75.
Oh yeah. He's
done.
I'd
have got arrested.
Yeah, I would have called the police.
Yeah. But that's and the hotel. They were just.
Where was y'all staying?
It was
Motel
like
W.
No, it's not the Hilton.
Man.
But again,
customer service is getting
it's bad.
It's bad, bro. America's customer service is terrible.
Now, I probably couldn't have gotten my room without showing them ID.
Oh, no. You wouldn't be getting a hotel.
Right. So it was just crazy. So it is, I was checking with Boss Lady. I guess Easter's coming up.
Is it next week?
April 17th, I think.
Oh, yeah. Damn, that's good.
Is that a Sunday?
Yeah. So it was on Sunday.
Well, yeah, duh. Okay. Yeah. Palm Sunday, but isn't Palm Sunday the week before?
So Palm Sunday might be this Sunday, which is the 8th.
No.
Is that the 8th?
No.
The 10th.
The 10th.
Yeah.
So, because I remember in Philly, if you remember, for me, what I remember about Palm Sunday is every Palm Sunday somebody ended up getting shot.
I hate to remember that, but yeah, usually. And then on Easter, we prayed for them.
Right.
There we go. So everybody got blessed.
But that was the only time I actually remember, and it's sad, going to church, was Easter.
Right.
You got your Easter clothes.
Man, my mom used to hook me up, God rest her soul. I used to be G'd up.
We would get the suit that you could reverse. So it'd have to last like 2 or 3 Easters.
Wow. And sizes, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Like
remember that the jacket, yeah.
I'm assuming your family felt you wasn't gonna grow. Like, this nigga this 12. But he's an 8. No, give him 12.
But yeah, Easter, and my mom would hem it and then let the hem out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Easter was fun. We got dressed up, went to church. You did something fun as a family.
Yes.
And you had a good meal.
You had a great meal.
That's when they cooked. I don't know if they cook as much on Easter now.
I don't even know people can cook, period, man. It's just a different time, bro. Just terrible.
You always count on a good meal.
Yeah.
With desserts and everything and the family coming together.
Yes.
And now it's all Grubhub.
I miss that. Yeah, Grubhub and don't want you to stay long.
Now, how sacrilegious is that you would order Grubhub on a holiday?
I think it's sacrilegious that people order food to be delivered to their house.
Like they trust. I'm not that kind of trusting guy,
no,
man.
I'm serious. I think that's terrible. And that's all jokes aside. I don't know I ain't talking about like pizza or something like that. I'm talking about you trust somebody to go shopping for you. You want vegetables and I'm like, come on, man, go. That's why we don't have any jobs in America. And that's why you're suffering, because you're lazy. You don't want to go to the mall and shop. I don't like crowds. Okay, now they shut the malls down. Why? Because you can go ahead and get it from my man Bezos. And I just want to do it. Sorry, man. Don't put me on that tangent, man.
All right. Well, too late. You were on it. But so I hope you guys have a good Palm Sunday and nobody gets shot.
And hope you have enough ham and turkey.
And Easter, yeah.
Yes.
Did you eat ham?
Oh, man, I tear a pig up. Forget all that. Eat pork. A pig walk across my yard, niggas got problems. Got problems. That's all I'm going to say. He may not make it, Lou. He may be missing a leg.
I try to act like I don't eat ham, but I eat ham.
Man, my biggest joke I do with Yaya is we was playing golf one day. Johnny McClain, Yaya, used to be married to Layla.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Anyway,
before
he was married with Layla. He was the one to help Layla become who she was as a fighter. He was managing.
Oh, Layla. Okay.
Layla Ali.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Layla Ali. I'm saying it like y'all know.
No, I thought it was the other Layla. Isn't it another Layla? Anthony. With the basketball player's wife.
Oh no, that's Lala.
Oh, it's the Lala and the Lele.
And Lele, Lala, Lulu.
Okay, I thought
these bras with L's in their names.
Yeah. Okay. So wait. Yeah. He was a dark skinned brother.
Yeah, brown skinned brother.
Wasn't he with what's her name too? Was he with
AJ Sanders?
AJ Sanders?
Yeah.
Not the comedian AJ
No,
Sanders.
the other one. Yeah.
He was with her.
Yeah.
He went on a trip one time.
Yeah. Yaya's my guy. He's so anyway, he's Muslim. And I was joking with him because we were somewhere, we were playing golf, and he said, "Yo, is this beef dog?" And he said it was beef. I was like, "Nigga, you know that's pork." And he was eating it. And so I was good with him on that. I said, "Man, you know you eating that pork." "I don't eat no damn pork." "Yeah, all right." That's why when we play golf, he tore that hot dog up. So anyway.
Now he was a boxer. Was he good?
Oh man, it was good. Yeah, that's my boy too. I love him, man.
So he trained her.
He wasn't training. Roger got arrested, so Roger Mayweather was training her.
Oh, okay.
But Yaya's fought. He had a world title. He had one of them belts. I think it was the WBO, WBC, some fight, you know. But he still trains. Yeah.
What weight was he?
I think he was middleweight, light heavyweight.
Okay.
Yeah, because he has a little size to him.
Now why don't you don't hear? Do you hear about boxers having CTE like football players?
That's why it's all crap, man. I believe the CTE is real, but I believe that. The CTE came about when there was a few people that started having these brain issues, and then all of a sudden, with the lawsuit came, everybody jumped on the lawsuit because they found out later that some of these dudes was doing the lawsuit really didn't have CTE. You know what I mean? Okay. And boxers get hit just as much. You know what I mean? Especially if you have a fight. You know what I'm saying? If you got a fight coming up, you're training, you're sparring, but it's different too. I mean, I think the difference in boxing is. You can see the shots coming mostly. You know what I mean? You can roll with them and things like that. But you get them. I mean, if you fight long enough, you know. Okay.
So it's today. I can't believe April already. Everyone's saying that, man.
Yes,
January,
April,
February, March. I mean,
you got to stay on top of life, man, because it just moves.
That's a good way to put it. Stay on top of life.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. I mean, I'm sure someone's going to take that. Hey, so you guys out there, I don't know the phone number, but it's
Chill. Second season, huh? Way to go, Will.
Yeah.
Still don't know the number.
323-3. Oh, I almost gave my number out. 323-815-4204.
Let you know where she be at.
815-4204.
She be hollering at all kind of dudes. Here's my number again. And that's not what,
She said what?
What is it? 323-814?
323-815-4204.
4204.
Yeah.
815. So yeah, call us in. Let us know. I mean, everybody's. I'm avoiding it. I'm not talking about it.
Yes, you are.
Everybody's talking about it.
We got to talk about it.
We from Philly.
And we from Philly. We don't talk about it, dog. I mean come on.
Let's hold off for a second.
Okay, God, biting at the lips, man.
All right. So now, okay, but before I go any further,
yes.
I was on social media and I saw you at the Chocolate Sundays.
Yes.
And you did a really funny, clever joke about the gas.
Yes,
prices.
Thank you, man.
And because everybody's doing corny, unfunny jokes.
Yeah.
And I loved your joke.
Thank you, man.
Can you tell?
Yeah. I just said that because I started off saying that I barely got down here. I said I had to take a skateboard. I was on the 405. People passing me up. I'm like, where you going, nigga? Come on.
That wasn't a funny part.
No, that wasn't. But it's a setup, bro.
I'm just kidding.
See, this is why this is why we have left hand slappers, right hand slappers in the world. So anyway, I get to the point. I said, well, remember when you would go to the gas station and you have guys want to clean your window and all that type of stuff or begging for money. I said, gas is so high now, they're not even out there. I said, I was pumping gas the other day, kind of shaking my head. The homeless dude walked by me. He's like, yo, my man, nigga, you good? I mean, because I can get you. You know what I mean?
And that made me laugh. I was like, that was really clever.
Thank you,
funny.
man.
That was really funny. Did you have fun at Chocolate Sunday?
Man, ripped a hole in it. And I don't like to say that. I think because Louis, you've been in the game longer than me. You always get these comics that go, every show they have, I tore that motherfucker down. I tore that motherfucker down twice.
It's a great house.
It's a great house because people really. It's one of the few clubs
in L.A.
And I would say I would kind of put it in the terms of the OR room, and at the Comedy Store, certain rooms, or maybe in the Bellevue where people really come to laugh.
Right, and hear comedy.
Yeah, so they want to hear it, and they just. I mean, at the Laugh Factory, if you have a bad show at the Laugh Factory, trust me, man. If you have a mediocre show. To me, you're just not a strong comic.
Especially at Chocolate Sunday. Who was the host?
Ron G was the host.
Yeah, and Ron G's really good.
His energy is great.
Yeah, he's a great host.
Yeah,
he's a talented guy. Mm-hmm. And what's her name? Takara? She's good.
Yes, they kind of switch off, whatever. But Ron G was on the show that I did.
Okay, yeah, I like Ron G. Mm-hmm. My son likes Ron G. So, I've been having a good time. I've been out on the road with Craig Robinson. I had such a great time in San Diego. It's a room called the American Comedy Company.
You went there? It's the one downstairs, and it's like American flag there. That's a great room, bro.
Man, that room is just, it's intimate, and the laughs come right at you.
Right at you. Gosh. I know you love that. I know you killed that.
Oh, man. It was just.
That's a good room, bro.
Yeah, it's a great room. It was my first time, and then we were in.
How many shows did you do there?
We did 8.
At the American?
Yeah, 2 Thursdays, 2 Fridays, 2 Saturdays, 2 Sundays.
I can't wait to make it, nigga.
Yeah, it's really great when you're opening your feature for someone like him because it's already sold out.
Yeah.
And you're just icing on the cake.
And the difference too is you guys have different styles.
Yeah.
So that's you kind of got your show and he's got his show. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's gotta be nice.
It's nice. So I've been having a lot of fun. We're in Denver Thursday.
Okay, this Thursday?
Yeah.
And
I never really was a road comic. I never did the road. So I never did the road. So this is my first time. And
so it's cool for you?
Yeah, because I get to come home and chill on Monday and Tuesday, fly out Wednesday.
Okay.
Hotel's nice.
Yeah.
And then I walk around the city, and then I don't have to worry about if the show's sold out.
Right. Man, and you got, man, I mean, you know,
and he treats
that's what
us
you
so
want.
good. Yeah, he's so nice.
How many comics is it?
It's 3. It's usually a host, me, and him.
Okay, and the host is from that town usually.
No, normally he'll fly in different people that he likes.
But tell him to start liking Dannon Green, God damn it. Damn. This motherfucker. But no, that's good, Lou. I mean, people don't understand the game. People that don't understand the game don't understand how, especially like someone yourself who's already been, you were considered the warm-up king, so you had L.A. locked down, well, not the studios and stuff locked down in terms of doing that, but to be able to get on the road with an established comedian, man, and someone that has a good name, a good face, man, that's, you can't ask for nothing else.
Yeah, no,
man.
it's great. It's a compliment, and I prayed on it too, and prayer works, because when I was looking at his dates, and I just said, and all I asked for was a few. But I've been getting a lot of them, so hopefully I don't know what's going to happen on the back end. But it's a lot of fun. So that's why we're switching up on Tuesdays now to make sure that we're here and won't have to, because the boss lady's like, what are y'all doing? Okay. Topic of the week, since last Sunday.
Topic of the
year.
It's
been a week, right? It's been a week.
Feels like it's been a day.
Yeah, it feels like,
it's
it's okay. Everyone has their opinion on it. Everyone feels a certain way about it. Mm-hmm. Everybody through color lines, through the artists, and everyone. And first, let me say, my heart goes out to Chris Rock.
Yes.
And to Will, because it's caught up in something that was unfortunate and sad all the way around.
Yes.
With that said, and Code 3 always says this: you don't want to be a victim today and a suspect tomorrow.
Right.
And that's what happened. And you always got to have someone. I always say you got to have a Fat Paul, Peanut, and Boogie around you to say, yo, what you doing?
Right.
He
does have that, but keep going.
They wasn't sitting next to him.
They wasn't sitting next to him.
That's why they got to be right behind you.
Yes. To be like, this ain't the spot.
Yes, it's got to have 3.
Yeah.
Your girl, you, and then my man's like, yo, man, yo, where you going?
Yeah, you sit your ass down, bro.
Yeah, where you going? I mean, it was like, and now we grew up in Philly. It's the thing we used to do called slap boxing.
Right, which I stopped doing once I started boxing.
Right, so it was obvious that Chris never slap boxed.
And it was obvious that Will did at some time.
And
no, you know what? But you're gonna lead this. I was gonna say this. I would have got slapped, and I boxed. I would have got slapped
in this situation.
Yes.
Okay. No. Okay. But okay. It was the safest place he could have been, Chris. It was no way in the world he thought he was gonna get slapped.
That's why I would have got slapped.
Right, But first initial thing is because he leaned.
Right.
Philly thing is you never lean.
True.
Somebody's walking up. You just said something about.
Yeah.
It's about being in the moment. You just said something about his wife.
Yeah.
And he gets up.
Yeah.
You acknowledge he's getting up. Oh, hey, Richard. Hey, what's up? Now I'm.
But I think Chris came in that, friend Hollywood interview type of situation where he was like maybe thinking Will was about to say something to him.
Well, he's A-list. Definitely. We're not A, so we wouldn't have thought A-listing.
No.
I mean, Chris Rock has probably never been slapped in over 40-something years.
Yeah, if it's by a parent. And ain't nobody in the street done did nothing like that to him.
He hasn't had any street experience.
Nah, and he didn't have it then.
And he doesn't have to maintain it given the world he's in.
And he shouldn't have to be honest with you. Slightly.
No, you should. I mean, given.
I'm just saying, at our age now,
it's
Lou,
America, but you still got to have.
We're still on the P's and Q's,
right?
Yeah,
but everybody's got to be on their P's and Q's. I mean, that's the way of the.
But at the Oscars, you ain't thinking about being on your P's and Q's. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but let's be honest.
I'm being honest on that one.
Okay, if I'm at the Oscars,
right?
If I'm where I haven't had the experience that they have 24/7.
Right.
This is over a 30, 40-year experience that these guys have had.
They've had their riff.
So of course, that their environment.
Oh yeah.
Being
of
calm,
not having to really look over their shoulder.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's a thing that comes along with being a New York guy. I mean, I'm just going with the New York guy and the Brooklyn and this and the attitude.
Yeah.
Same thing with Philly.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Bay Area, right. Oakland. It's just different cities.
Detroit, different cities have DC. They have,
it's a code.
Well, you
never. Yeah. Okay, if nothing else, someone is holding your code with you.
Right.
Close to you.
Right. If you forgot the code, somebody's reminding you.
Somebody should be right next to you holding that box.
Yeah.
That code to say, here, you need this.
Yeah.
Or out. Now, his security, of course, he doesn't need security at the Oscars. He's around. Nobody's going to slap him.
Plus, he's on stage. I mean, it's not like it's a situation where we're sitting by each other, something break out.
Yeah, or we're in the corner.
That's even different.
Yeah, we're in the corner.
I mean, that's why you can't, or I can't, I don't never speak for no one else, would assume that he thought he was going to get slapped because, if me and you talking here and you say something to me, we're sitting by each other, and it gets heated, I'm gonna be like, all right, your shoulders are moving. What's up? You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm on stage and I say something, and actually I'm looking at you, and I seem like you're chuckling off it, and then we just leave it alone. I'm not expecting you to come up to slap me. So,
right. So
Chris had to get the hit.
But when you walk up on me, I'm going to say, "What's up?"
Yeah.
He kind of said, "What's going on?"
He did, because he's like, "Oh no!" But Chris was still in that comic mode. Right. Because he started kind of chuckling.
Right.
And to believe it or not, I believe if Will didn't sit down and curse, he could have saved that moment by saying, "My bad, Chris, I ain't mean to slap you that hard." And then Chris could have been like, "All right, well," and then maybe after stage, "Oh, why you hit me? I slapped you for real, motherfucker, because you talking shit."
Right.
But I think once he went to the cursing, it killed the room.
And that's interesting. I didn't never look at it that way. You're absolutely right. If once he slapped and went back to his seat, and Chris said, "Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me,"
because everybody chuckled.
Right. Then he said, "Yeah, Will, keep your name."
When he cursed, it made it real.
Right. He could have just said, "I slapped Jada's name out of your mouth."
Even if he didn't say nothing.
Right.
Because Jada, I've been seeing different angles, and she was kind of laughing when he slapped him, and they came back, but the audience chuckled. Like, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me. And then Will could have said, "My bad, I ain't mean to slap you that hard." What I mean? Whatever. It could have killed it. But to be honest with you, see, this is I think, coming from a comedic point, and which really kills me in terms of actors, like how these two didn't figure it out. From being comedians and being good at improv. When Chris said what he said, Jada could have stood up and said, "Yep, and I look good, dude. I look good too, don't I, y'all?" And the crowd would have said, they would have went crazy. You know what I'm saying? When he made the G.I. Jane joke.
Well, everybody thought it was.
Hold up. God damn. Whoa.
You ain't get to say hello or
shit.
Can I make a point?
Yeah, see, that's what happened when the women, see?
Yeah, just like
nigga, I thought it was God. Whoa.
May I enter into a man's world, please?
I'm assuming, damn, Lou.
You got a key, but we ain't know you going to use it.
I felt like somebody hit me with a body shot.
Mr. Dick's up in this piece.
God, at least
right.
Coming into people's rooms unannounced and shit.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
How do you guys think this is gonna affect comedy down the line, like in clubs? And do you think people are there's gonna be more security? What do you think?
Well, can I say this?
Yeah.
That's a great question. But can we kind of stay on this part?
Okay.
Not to be rude,
we're
going to get there anyway, I think.
My bad.
So I wanted to stay on that part before if you don't mind, Lou.
No, go ahead.
Because I think, like I was saying, as actors, as comedians, we have to improv on stage at all times.
Right.
And you know this, especially doing warm up, because you have to have a certain type of you got to worry about your actors, the producers down here, and the audience.
Right.
So you got to improv it. So I felt like if Jada would have said that, you know what I mean, did something like that, or we'll be like, "All right, Chris, you got one more time." It would have made the room light again. By him going on stage, and doing it and then coming back off stage and cursing, that's what killed it for him, to me. Right. I felt like it could have been improv where it wouldn't have been.
I think it killed it in the sense of that room that they were in. Exactly. Because they're predominantly white. If it was a predominantly black house, it would have read differently.
Because everybody in the black house, they'd be like, shit. Niggas would have been like, oh, shit.
No. And then when he said, keep my wife's name out of your mouth, somebody in the black audience like, yeah, you better.
Yeah.
It would have been.
Right. Right.
Well, man, you didn't have to hit him. It'd been a whole.
It would have been shit happening in the. It would have shit happening in the crowd.
Yeah, it'd be a whole orchestra thing, and then Chris was like, "Oh, y'all chill. I got this. We ain't really mean it."
Right.
It was a different conversation. You know how when white people see black kids running around, they react different than when they see white kids.
Yeah. Oh, he's having fun. Oh, these motherfuckers about to rob somebody.
Right. They going crazy. Somebody needs to control. So I think, all right. My thing was from Chris's perspective.
Okay.
Given all the writers he has, the level that he's at, and the fact of it being the Oscars. Because his people got punch-up lines.
Yeah.
So, because now, and he's watching the show, and his people's watching the show.
Right.
So Regina had already hit Will and Jada.
And I'm happy you said that. Like they say in church, put a pin in it, we're going to come back to that. Go ahead.
Yeah, so she had already hit that.
Uh-huh.
And
about that open marriage thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Now, so Chris has been married, divorced. He understands the in-house thing. So my buddies that's writing for me is giving me like at least 5 improv lines that I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm at 5 improv lines.
Okay.
In case I want to throw something out.
Right.
Who I'm going to throw it out to.
Right.
To Bradley Cooper, to such and such, to such and such.
Which Chris did with that couple. He got the couple. Right, he got a couple people before them.
And
but
so Jada and Will already been hit. Don't
right.
hit them again. It's like 10 other people you can hit, or even somebody that's not here.
Yeah.
So.
But on that hit, see, here's the thing. On that hit, when Regina said what she said, they laughed.
Well, yeah, I mean.
So if I'm writing,
they laughed. Well, also they allowed those women to do something that they wouldn't have allowed men to. Men hosts are not calling up 5 women and groping them and talking about their sexuality and all that stuff and all that. So that's something that the whole Me Too thing. But Chris could have cracked on that.
Yeah, but and again. For everybody who wants to, especially you feminists or people that says everything equality, that comes with the territory now. If you want to be, you can't separate the two. You can, but it wasn't fair. If they can bring up men on stage and then say to Jada, well, you signed off on this,
and then
somebody gonna come back with something.
Frisk the other guys.
Yeah, so now that we would have never been.
We can't do that.
So my thing is,
it is a double standard.
But unfortunately, if it's a double standard, you got to take what it comes with on the other side, because all of a sudden now you're playing into the hands of other things that shouldn't come into this.
Yeah, but you
situation.
Can't. But it is a double standard, and that's why it's called a double standard, because they can get away with it.
Right, and they shouldn't be able to.
No, but they will be.
Well, they should be able to, but we should knock Chris for coming back.
No, I'm not. I'm just thinking Chris being Chris.
Right.
Could have went somewhere else.
Yes. I totally agree.
The G.I. Jane joke was easy.
It wasn't even hard,
but no, it was, but it's comedy 101. That's something amateur comics would do.
Right.
You Chris Rock.
Right.
You're supposed to hit higher.
Yeah.
You're supposed to hit higher, and if nothing else, you hit Will.
Mm-hmm. Right. But I think that
hit Will.
I think what happened was, they had a history. From the 2016.
Yes, that was definitely obvious.
Here's one of my big issues too, as well, because on social media you had a lot of black people, definitely black women. Oh, he was defending the women, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Oh, it was just a slap, blah 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 blah. And I put it out like this: there's 3 things that could have happened. That this is already ugly. That could have destroyed everything. 1, you slapped me, you bust my lip. Now I'm bleeding on national television. You know what I mean? All my stuff. Got to do this speech. 2, I'm laughing when you come up to me. You slap me. You break my jaw, because it can happen. You know what I mean? 3, you slap me. I fall down on the ground. I accidentally hit my head. I mean, so people were looking at this. Oh, he's defending, and so much more could have came out of it.
Yeah, but those people. That's all they can do is do what we're doing.
Right.
Talking about caller. Hey, what's up?
Hello, gentlemen, or Lou and your friend.
What's up?
Hold up.
I just have to say,
hold up. It ain't no Lou and friend. This is Louis Dix, and this is Mr. Dannon Green. What you mean, and friend? This is my partner. I got a name.
All right,
Yeah.
you're a
I'm
little
sorry.
sensitive.
I'm
You're
sorry,
a little
man.
sensitive. Because he's what was
Let me
funny
tell you
was
something, Danny Green. Whenever anybody is watching A Man's World or anything else at that studio, they don't mind if the poetess has her say. So know that, whatever world it is.
We both
You just
did.
say
We
that
both
right
felt like it was a body shot came out of
No,
nowhere.
we were just joking.
We just
with it,
joking.
so,
Lord,
all right,
damn.
all right.
I know, so am
this-
I. Ha ha ha.
He.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
She's still
The
upset.
first thing that Chris Rock
you
said,
called her a
the first
crackhead.
thing out of Chris Rock's mouth was, "I love you, Jada." The first thing.
Yes.
So everything after that, as far as I'm concerned, was sort of semi-fair game. You know, the idea that, you know, somebody who is A-list, like Will Smith and his queen sitting in the front row at the biggest night in movies every year, the idea that, you know, he couldn't make a joke about them without getting smacked in front of the world is just ridiculous.
No.
I'm so mad about it, I can't even think straight. And don't get me wrong, I understand, you know, in a way he was, you know, standing up for his wife, blah, 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 blah. But Will laughed, and Jada looked pissed, and Will was reacting to Jada looking pissed, you know?
Yeah.
So, anyway.
No,
Wait, Luke.
Go
no,
ahead, please.
no.
I lived in Philly for years, too, so please bring up some Philly-itis if you like. Please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I like her.
Yeah, she's nice. I apologize, ma'am.
got-
You
she
can say
She
friend.
got nothing but attitude. But I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
her.
yeah. She is. You can
I
tell.
wanna, you know, it's this kind of woman you like and you want to tame her.
That's your girl.
Yeah.
I know who it is.
Oh, I didn't know who it is, but I didn't know who it is.
And I just want to just make her say, "Hi, Louis."
Damn. Oh, so you wanted some smoothness out of it.
Yeah, I want to calm her down. I want to
Yeah.
just.
Well, maybe if you get the chance to talk to her, could you tell her that?
I
Why
just
she
wanna-
learns my
I
name?
just want to make her just say, "Do you want something?" I want her to make me some waffles.
Oh, damn, nigga. Damn, that's special shit.
Because I want to just, I want to go make.
I had never heard a man say, I want her to make me some waffles. I mean, I had breakfast, but waffles, that's specific.
She makes waffles. Okay,
go
so but no. First of all, let's be clear. Will had no business putting his hands on her.
None.
That was in Philly. That was a weak move, and he knows that.
I think he knew right when it happened, but it was you
Well,
know how it
he
is. You know how you jump in the pool, you're like, damn, I'm already
But
wet.
he also calculated the fact that Chris wasn't gonna hit him back.
Right. He knew who he knew who to
He
slap.
knew he would slap.
Yeah.
He knew who to slap.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
it would have been a little different.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been.
What if it was a white guy he slapped?
He would never. It wouldn't even have went up there. Stop it.
Yeah,
it just that would have never happened.
yeah. The only person he would have got away with slapping like that would have been
Trump. So keep it
No,
going.
no. What's his name?
Galvin.
No, the guy from Happy Days. The guy nobody likes.
Not Henry Winkler.
No.
Potsy.
No, the other one.
Richard Cunningham?
No, the
Ralph Mouth.
No, the one.
God
the
damn,
one
that's
with the,
all of them.
The one with the leather jacket, the young.
Fonz.
No,
Oh.
that's a Republican.
The one that was dating Fonzie's nephew.
Yeah, the little.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Chachi.
Chachi.
yeah.
Chachi. Damn, Lou, you went way back.
He could have slapped him because nobody likes him on
Yeah.
social media because you know.
Oh, okay.
'cause he's a Trump supporter. But no, so first of all, I mean, Will knows. But I like, Will knows he made that mistake. I mean, that's in a man's world, he knows that was wrong. In a man's world, let's be honest, because certain things in a man's world, you just
don't do, man. You don't slap.
You don't slap somebody small.
I'd rather you punch, and be honest with you, I'd rather you punch me.
Was there a precursor? Like, had they had any other issues in their relationship in the past?
Well, he did that whole monologue in the 2016 Oscars
when they were trying to say that it was all
boycotting.
white.
Yeah, and he did a whole thing on Jada. That she wasn't invited.
Yeah.
And she does a TV show.
And if everybody should be mad, they should be mad that they pay Will $25 million for Wild Wild West. That's,
yeah.
You know,
So
and those were weak. I mean, those were soft jabs. I mean, to your point, I'd rather a man punch me than slap me. You know what I mean? Because you're going to slap me and walk away and turn your back. I'm like, God damn, this nigga is confident. You know what I mean? I mean, at least punch me and make me feel like, all right, But you.
Some people think that this whole thing, even though it
It
was
wasn't.
real
I know.
and it
No.
happened, that it's a diversion from all the real shit that's going on.
And I'm so tired of that type of talk. No, because Will and Chris, but definitely Will, has too much to lose, and he's doing it to do something, unfortunately to do what he had did.
Yeah, and if it was a setup, Chris would have had a better comeback.
Yes, definitely.
I don't think it was a setup. I think it was real, and by him cussing, that confirmed that it was real. But
I just said that. Boy. I mess with you. Go ahead.
Don't have him back.
I did just say that, but go ahead. That's what you would have said to me, though, Lou. You'd be like, Danny, I just said
but
that.
we say that to each other. We try not to mess with her.
Oh, you mean the person that jumped in that we didn't even know was there for a minute?
We got.
I apologize.
She turns the lights on.
I'm learning.
So, what do you think the repercussions should be for Will?
Well, he already resigned.
He resigned.
I mean, he's smart enough to get ahead of it, as they say.
Yeah.
Get ahead of it, resign, say, please, punish me any way you want.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll take his punishment and then let everything die down. And then
come back with a small role.
Yeah, it's not like he's hungry right now.
No.
I mean, the sense that he can wait 2 or 3 years. And I mean, he's got a film coming out.
They put the hell back.
No, it's the one where he just plays a slave.
I think that's the one they held back on that one.
Yeah,
if it was the Netflix one, they put.
No, it's done.
No, I know it's done, but they've held up. They put a hold on all of his projects right now.
Okay, so
I look at it like this, man. And POTUS and Lou, what he did, it's 2 ways to look at it in terms of the Oscar. Because people say, well, the bylaws, he didn't go by the bylaws. He broke the bylaws, take his trophy. And people say, well, no, he can't do that because he got the trophy for this. Well, the difference is he got the trophy on the same day that he committed the act. Unlike in athletics, you have a guy that, like, a team will lose all their wins, even though they know that $10,000 that kid got had nothing to do how he balled on the field. I don't think they should take it. I think the repercussions are already great. The thing about Hollywood, and Lou, you know this because you've been in around heavier situations than me. When you make the upper echelon mad, or upset. I don't want to use the word mad, but upset. It's a different type of repercussion. And on top of it, as black people, we can't say whatever happens to Will that is racially driven, because he assaulted another black man or another African American. So, like you said, he already resigned, which I think was good. I would have liked for Will to honestly had apologized that night, and if not that night when right there when it happened, later on that evening, and if not later on that evening, that following morning. And the reason I say that, Lou,
you may apologize to whom?
To Chris, yeah. And the public apology that he put it out to me too late, because what happened was he didn't think about the news, the talk shows that we're having. So The View, all of them talk shows all said the same thing. Yes, he did apologize, but he never apologized to Chris. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, look, he slapped him.
Yeah, he did.
So
I'm saying
but he evidently he meant the slap.
Yeah, but he eventually had to apologize, so why not do it earlier?
Yeah, well, I mean,
maybe he wasn't ready.
Yeah, I mean, he slapped him. He
slapped him. Slapped shit
Caller.
out.
Hello.
Yes, how you doing? Danny Green and Lou Dick.
Hey, what's up?
What's happening, brother?
This is Sylvester.
Who?
From Florida.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Can we talk about 2 elephants in the room?
Yes, what?
One, I think that Denzel Washington was right for telling them that the devil gonna come for you when you about to get it. You know?
Yes.
The only problem is Denzel Washington didn't tell him that the devil's name was Jada Pinkett.
Well, I mean, hey, I feel what you're saying, but who you lay down with that night, that's hey man, that's his woman, good or bad. They got their own thing going.
Bad marriage for life, right?
Yeah, I mean,
bad marriage for life, right? You probably know more than I do. I'm from the outside looking in. You in Hollywood with them, so you probably see what they do.
No, I don't know. I know just as much as you
in terms of their relationship.
Yeah, I mean, Will's every time I've been around them, worked for him. He's a great guy. Jada's a nice person, but when you behind closed doors and you're naked with that person is different. I mean, she might have, she does have information on Will.
I bet you that was the best night of his life for her. I bet she did things to him she ain't never done before.
Hey man,
you might have said Tupac a couple times.
I hear what you're saying, but it's such a public, private thing, man. At their level, we all got. I got issues in my crib. Everybody's got issues with the woman that they're with. But could you imagine playing? Yeah, but they did. Like I'm surprised when I heard that they were going to go on Table Talk and talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
My man, what's your name again, brother?
Sylvester.
This is what I will say to you. And I told people this, nothing against Denzel, because he's respected. I would have, and I think Lewis can attest to what I'm about to say, because this is where we kind of made a joke about it earlier about saying the old head. I think if that was me, or it was a young boy or somebody that we was talking to, or old head was talking to, especially back east, I think somebody would have pulled us aside and said, look, you know, this is not a good situation. So this is what you're going to do. When you go up there and get this award, because you are going to win it, you make sure that you apply.
Right.
I think because what happens is,
you should have seen.
well, no, hear me out, brother.
You should have said, you know, you effed up, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to say that because I don't want to go into that Bill Duke line. But you know what I'm saying? But my point being,
Bill Duke should have got up there and told him.
yeah, but hear me out, brother. The reason I'm saying that is because when you bring religion in it, people try to make you feel like you're using it as a crutch. Like it's a, you know what I mean? And I think sometimes you just got to be direct to the person and say, like, yo, Lou, that wasn't a good move. Right. So when you go on stage, you make sure you apologize to everybody. You clean this up now. This is what you need to do, all right? So this way you don't bring that religion. Nothing wrong with religion. Don't get it twisted. But this way, you know, it's a solid conversation, because I'll share a quick story with you. Go ahead. No, keep going. Go ahead, sir.
I'm a Christian, and I ain't perfect, but I try.
Yeah.
I'm a practicing Christian. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, but again, you don't want.
I know Will Smith been a Scientologist for 20 years. What God is he talking about?
But here's the thing: it's not any wonderful. I don't think there's any place for us to judge anybody's spiritual, you know, upbringing, because everybody, no matter what nationality you are, you have something. Most people have someone they pray to, whether you're Buddhist or Christian or Judaism, whatever. My point being is, in a situation like that, it's better. I believe it's better not to bring the Christianity into it or religion into it. I think it's just better to say what it is, so that people can know that. And I'm not saying he wasn't sincere about his apology, but you just kind of say what the situation is. So, and I don't think it's fair.
I agree with you,
right,
sir.
Right, because I don't think it's fair for us to judge anyone on that moment. I would have handled it differently. It's like I had a friend who won the world title, the boxing world title, Layman Brewster. You know Layman, and at his party, right in the height of his party, at the height, and this is a true story. He'll tell you this. I pulled him aside, and I said, Layman, did you pay the taxes on that money you won? He said, yeah, Dad, I got it. So, all right, man, let's party. It was you have to sometimes pull a person aside and tell them what the real is, and then go on back about the business. So Denzel did the right thing.
Fat Paul and Peanuts, and yeah.
Say it again.
That's why you need the Fat Paul and Peanuts and all that, and people to tell you the truth. What you need people to really tell you the truth.
Yeah, and again, it's not that Will doesn't have people tell him the truth. None of us can say what we would have done in that time. None of it can say that we wouldn't have done some type of thing. I would tell you, I would have never went on stage and done it, because I don't think I would have never been able. I'd have been arrested by the time I got to the stage.
So hey, Sylvester, thank you
man.
so much for your call, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right.
Be safe.
All right.
So,
what do you think about that, Lou?
Well, the whole thing of, like, when he said Denzel told him what he told him, it's like my muse, when I play chess, so I play ahead of the game. Okay, I'm playing
right. You know
ahead.
the moves
I'm like, okay, listen, I'm up for an Oscar. It looks like I'm gonna win. The three girls that are hosting, they're gonna do jokes. The writer's gonna do jokes. We're gonna be in the front row. They're really not going to hit the statesman Denzel,
right?
Because he really doesn't have anything out for us to hit,
right?
You know, other than they did hit him a little bit when they said about his son. Can you send your son up?
Right.
That was a hit to Denzel because his son is hot.
Right.
So my conversation with my partner and everyone that I'm sitting with, we're going, let's map this out. We're going to get jokes told about us. This is how we're going to handle it. Like he handled when she said, Will, you can come up here. And Will's like, no. So he's doing the Hollywood thing.
Right.
So that should have been something that Will and his people should have talked about. This is going to be this reaction. Even after he did it, they had 45 minutes to somebody. That's when you have
that's what I said. To pull them aside.
You have a writer on staff.
Right.
Somebody that can tell you, here's the speech. Let's say this. Don't say this.
The publicist should have came into play.
Yeah, or someone that's what they do. That's
right.
Expertise. So, you know, my thing was that conversation, but again, I don't know what being at that level, walking into, being driven to a home that Will Smith is driven to.
Right.
Someone making sure you don't fly regular airlines. You don't check in the hotel like regular people. So you don't do anything basically like regular people.
Yeah.
You know, I was making some tuna fish the other day, and I'm like, I was thinking, well, if I'm like Will Smith and all them at that level, I probably still will make my own tuna fish.
Right.
You know, I probably still.
You don't have to though.
No, but
Right.
I'm used to it. But it's other certain things I probably won't do. Like I'm sure, like Kevin Hart and all them, certain things you get used to not doing.
Right.
And one of them is not thinking past what you want or what you feel you need.
Right.
He felt he needed that at that time.
Now here's something that I find interesting. I think the difference with that situation and maybe me, you or I getting in that situation is, especially now. Say we you're doing well. All of a sudden you hit something, you get a movie, bam, Louis Dix, you in the mix. But you've had so much time between a certain point of your life to now to experience and know how to handle it. Will had success young, so he's been on top of his
Him
game.
and Chris, they've been doing it for 30 years.
Right, so it's probably things. It's like a rich person that never had to pay a bill, and all of a sudden you got to write a check out. You don't know how to do it. So maybe it was a situation where Will was like, "Oh shit!" Like I never been anywhere. They coming right at me, and maybe that's why he didn't know how to handle the situation.
Well, I mean, he knew how to handle it. He just handled it wrong.
He handled it dead wrong.
So,
He
he just reacted.
Yeah.
I'm Louis Dix.
I'm Dannon Green.
The name of the show is something. It's in the man's. Yeah, we're trying to get better. We're so bad. I was looking over some notes. And Sylvester, thanks for calling.
What about that one question POTUS asked before we?
It was
about how you think the comedians, how the comedy world.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So
yeah, that's the first. Go ahead.
To be honest with you, man, at first I was traumatized, and I don't want to sound like, I mean, I box, I've done all that, but I really was like thinking about my next set on stage because one, where I was having the show, but two, knowing that the mindset of people, will you take that situation as an excuse to do it? You know what I mean? A lot of people like to use the excuse, and we can say what we want, but if you have kids mimic whatever they see. And I was like, wow. And I was a little, I don't want to use the word traumatized, but I was.
Traumatized kind of heavy.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of heavy. I was just concerned about being on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I apologize. It's the first time I could use the word. I just wanted to kind of apply it to myself. So, but
what you doing outside? Go on.
So I had a show at your club.
I heard you destroyed.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I heard you destroyed. Well, there you should be traumatized.
Yeah, that's what I said. I just said that's what I said.
43rd and Crenshaw.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I had a very good show, and I went out and did my thing. But I do believe what it's going to hurt is like the one-nighters around the country, not the clubs that you're doing. Even though people can get out of hand, but the one night in Detroit or DC or Philly where. Somebody just putting a Wednesday night together. Hey, we got some comedy, y'all. We got this dude, and then you got 4 hood dudes in the back waiting for somebody to say something stupid. You know what I mean? It is. I was just on I just saw something on TK Kirkland. He was at Caroline's, and some dude was stood up. Oh man, we about to leave him and this girl. And TK, TK got him, but it's just I believe that it's going to affect it, and I think somewhat. Lou, we just fought 8 months ago to half a year ago to back Dave Chappelle so that people understand we're just telling jokes. You know what I mean? All that stuff we had to go through backing Dave, people fighting for what we're saying. And then for Will to do this, it almost was like, damn, now we got to fight again because people are saying, well, he shouldn't have said this or he shouldn't have said that or Chris shouldn't have did this. And I'm like, but this is what we do. So I just feel like to answer POTUS' question directly, I think it's going to affect it slightly. I just think comedians just have to be real to who they are, and we already know there's certain things we ain't gonna really ever talk about. Trust me, you know what I mean? So
yeah, I think it's important to realize you know your audience.
Know your audience.
If you're, hopefully what you say is funny and you're gonna offend someone, but I think security is gonna be heightened. And it should be at comedy clubs. I mean, somebody's gonna try to do it, come up and slap somebody. I think anybody, especially entertainers, if you're young, you need to take self-defense classes.
And trust me, man, you gotta be, it's funny. Someone like yourself and me, people, not everybody was a comedian. Let me just put it that way. We all didn't, especially dudes that grow up in certain, I always had a good personality, but when I was in Philly, I couldn't show it the way I want to now because people would try to take advantage of it. So I don't think people should, some of the audience members do have to remember, not everybody was a comic before you walk up on that stage. You know what I mean?
But everybody that think they can fight can't fight until they get hit.
What'd you feel about this real quick? Because we had him on the show. What'd you feel about Tony Rock?
You mean what he said?
What he said and...
Well, I was telling Poe this earlier. He came out selling wolf tickets, on stage. He came up.
Tony can go, though.
She said he could box.
No, Tony can. He can go.
I don't think he's handling Will.
Will's a big boy.
Will's got that training.
Yeah. But I don't even want to see that.
No, this is in the man's world.
Okay, so we talking man stuff. Yeah, okay.
Will got hands. Will's been trained.
Yeah.
He's done more combat training than Tony Rock.
Right. And Will's a big boy. He's like 6'2" and a half.
So he's and he's got that Ali. He's got that, he's.
I'm gonna hit Will and run though. I'm gonna catch him.
But and I understand caller.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Who's this?
This is Jeff Brown. How are you, gentlemen?
Hey, what up,
Jeff Brown, my main man.
Well, good. At least we got somebody that can call and make sense.
Yeah.
No doubt. Let me say this first. I can't cuss. Can I cuss?
Yeah, you can cuss.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, number one, from a very selfish place, you two goddamn grown-ass men are like signposts in my life. That means the last 3 decades really did mean something because I'm looking at two grown-ass men who I respect their get-downs. Two, I got to get the number of your embroiderer, Lewis. You wear such wonderful embroidered shit. It's like you go down to the Rhodium and just get like white, and then you have people make the nicest things.
Sorry, Jeff. That's when you work for schools.
Oh, don't we work for school? Is that what that is?
He's blooded down today. He better not go 5 more blocks south from here. He gonna be in trouble.
Dude, it looks like I've never seen it anywhere, and it looks great. It's like his girl. It's like his girl is like an amateur embroiderer or something, and makes him wear white so she can. Anyway, this whole thing with Will, I think we're looking at a little bit too close. I think we need to back up a little bit.
All right, cool. Walk us through it.
I think we're watching the crucifixion of the body of work and the timely killing of a titan. I don't think that it is coincidence that Bel Air is paving over the Fresh Prince of Bel Air while this is happening. Even if it isn't planned by mortals, I think it's in this time that this is supposed to happen. And I know this may be an odd tangent, but as we enter the age of Aquarius, where all becomes revealed, Will writes this tell-all book, guys, and I invite you to it, and you too, Miss Mois.
Miss Mois.
Miss Mois. I call her Miss Mois.
Hilarious.
Yeah. I invite you to Uncle Jeff's book club. I'm doing this thing where we're going to sit online and discuss this book. Because this book is the programming for why he did what he did. It's not even about who Jada is, who we all know, or who, in my opinion, is for the streets. Absolutely. Will got a thing for these kind of dudes, or these kind of girls. Remember, Pepper was after him for a while, and he was after Pepper, as in Salt and Pepper, and she was too nice. I mean, she said he was too nice because she wanted to be with him. That's who Will is. Will is this really giving. I don't want to call it soft, but emotional being that when that fall into the wrong hands, this is what you get. This is what you get. I think Jada has always been the wrong hands for him. in my opinion. I just, your woman could have pulled you out of that. Your woman's supposed to pull you out of that. There's no real reason other than Red Table Talk to talk about Jada. Her, like a bunch of other really, really good black actresses, had a good run. Jada's the luckiest one in Hollywood, in my opinion. What say you, gentlemen?
Now, why do you say she's lucky? Because she's with Will?
Because she got with Will?
Because nobody else on Set It Off lives down the street from her. Who? Queen.
Queen. Yeah.
Queen.
She
But
could.
who else? Who else with Jada Pinkett's credits shops in the places Jada Pinkett shops? I'll wait.
No, you're good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I I hear what you're saying about the Aquarius, and I got people that think like that too, and it's the age of the whole thing of, crucifixion and
Truth.
Yeah, and that whole thing, and letting America's, you know how America's built, that, Whoopi and Dr. Cosby and all the other historical people, how they tried to, distort it and with the help of the people themselves. So yeah, I think, they try to rewrite history. They try to, they're gonna. It's tough. No, you're right. You're absolutely right in that respect. So I think we have to, like they always say, we have to work doubly hard to get there. We also have to work doubly hard to maintain it and doubly hard to protect it.
Sure.
Jeff, my point on what you're saying is, this is what I say. I always tell people, I have a saying, don't care what people say or think about you. I say, care about what you do to make them say or think things about you. And when you when you have your business out there to the world, like I hate when I see people go online and go, that's their life. Why are y'all worrying about what they doing? That's their thing. Why y'all talking about? But that's not the point. They, and that means anyone, if you put your information on social media, then you have to understand that you're going to get critique, whether you like it or not. That's like when people put a picture of the kid up there, oh, say hello to my son, he's so handsome. And if you say, oh, that's an ugly kid, the first thing they go, that's my page. Don't be saying this. Well, you put it out there to the world. So when you say what you said about the Red Table Talk, obviously that was something that they felt like, Jeff was going to keep them out there like in the public. But again, whatever you put out there, you got to remember what could possibly come back with it.
Okay, two things. One.
So I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, two things. And then, if necessary, I'll get the hell out of your faces. But I would love
it's becoming necessary.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah. One, Dannon Green, you are a world-class comedian, and I really respect you. And from that place, I'm going to tell you that I agree with everything you said, but you really need to work on that fucking phrase. It's a little bumpy. Yeah, go back and hone that phrase, young man, because I don't like it.
What phrase?
Two, when you say they needed to stay in the limelight, I'm going to need you to explain the Will Smith part of the they that needed to stay in the limelight, if you could.
Well, I'm not saying Will. I'm saying you, because I'm going off with your comment, with comment on Jada as saying she had that Red Table Talk and no one would care unless they saw, So I'm going off of what you said on the Red Table Talk. So when I say they, I'm saying her mother, whoever she has on there. They're keeping themselves.
Okay, dig it.
Yeah.
Because Will was not having any, and again, I think this is about Jada trying to pull equal to Will. And even though she has very, very good work and a very great body of work and made some paper, she's a star. Will Smith is the son.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave on that, and let you gentlemen chew on that.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. And to his point, I mean,
Let's not go to his point.
not the point.
Let's just bypass his point.
Okay. Well,
I like Jeff, but sometimes he just gets so philosophical.
we got to get the books out and read.
Yeah, he's so smart. And that's what frustrates me because now I got to go think about what he said.
Yeah, well, the Aquarius was got me. Now I got to go study that shit. I just agree.
But I have to give it to him. He is a very smart.
That's
why
just my man. That's my
his
guy.
name GEOF.
OOF. GEOFF.
Yeah, and not JEFF.
Right.
It's a difference.
Yeah.
I've always thought he was brilliant and smart. And
Yeah. You know, we used to have a show together back in the day.
Who?
Jeff Brown and Shane and myself.
Shane
Forbes.
Shane.
It was called Keeping It Real. You remember that show, Keeping It Real on BET?
Oh, right. Then they replaced y'all.
We're the original Real.
You were original one because Greg Shelton had something to do with that, right?
Yeah, no, it was
Marcus King?
No, it was Andre Barnwell was one of the producers, and Curtis Gatson, who was the head of BET West.
Okay, so it was y'all, and then they replaced it with
Old Drama.
With the different actors.
With Old Drama.
Oh, okay.
Our show developed Old Drama, and from Old Drama you got The View. We were before. There was no show like that on TV.
Well, there's no show on it like it now. Wait, what?
Damn.
Cause she.
25% of the
it's
couples
funny
in
how
this country.
she's the producer, but she produces whatever she wants and doesn't tell us.
She
so
doesn't.
now,
The thing about it, I'm scared because when she talks or when the music, it just blows my brains off.
That thing she does, her POTUS report, I think.
Oh, so she wanted to instead of just putting up a sign and saying.
I thought we had nixed it, but I guess it's still here.
Yeah, so it's gonna be about her. This woman stuff.
And she got advertising around.
I got to set my camera up next time too, so the camera's on.
Well, choose enough. Damn.
Oh, okay. So
Okay,
this is,
so
what is
there's-
this called? This
The
is.
POTUS report.
Oh, okay. All right. So please, guys, it's time for the POTUS report. She don't even let us set it up.
Yeah,
That's how good she.
nothing's
thinks it
been
is.
set up today with her.
That's how good she thinks it is.
just been jumping
But it's
in.
the POTUS report. Okay.
I'm Jeff Arnold. Thank you.
Oh, now you can throw our boy under
that's
the
how-
bus.
No,
Damn.
he
No,
came
he
in
thinks
under.
he's
Yeah, he
too
thinks
good
he's.
for us now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's.
I'm just happy.
We're gonna show him.
He's big time.
He's
Okay.
big time.
Oh, Jeff is like that.
He's,
Okay.
Got to
he's in
modeling and
he's in
shit. He's too
negotiation
big.
for his own podcast.
So he won't even come back down here.
He said we wasn't even a podcast.
Jeff told me he ain't going past Pico no more.
I ain't mad at him. I'm not mad. Hey,
From
he's
that
earned
last
it.
video we seen when we played the joke on you, Lewis, he looked like he lived straight out of
No,
South
Jeff-
Central with the
Jeff-
bars on the door. So
Jeff is living.
that's
yeah.
past Pico.
Jeff is doing his thing.
Jeff
I'm
keeps-
happy for him.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, I'm gonna wish him the best in public. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Okay, so this item is trending in the news that a dead rapper was celebrated
Oh, I
at a
saw that
club
shit. I saw that shit. Oh,
in
my God.
D.C., sort of like Weekend at Bernie's type of thing. The rapper Good New, 24, unfortunately was shot on March 18th and died several hours later. But his friends decided to throw him a celebration at the club with him there.
This is gonna be ridiculous.
So I have a video of it. Here we
God.
go.
Oh, my God, I saw this. This is a shame. This is unbelievable.
That's him standing up.
He's dead. They got him. Look at this.
He's in the club on stage
He dead?
He's dead, bro.
dead.
That's a dead body.
in the club.
And look
Look,
at-
people are.
And they want to wonder why black people don't get no respect in the world. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta go there. This is pathetic. Look at this.
What city is this in?
This is in D.C.
South of us, those dudes.
And they're dancing?
Yeah.
There he is on stage right there. That is creepy as shit.
Why would I mean?
What is that on his head? A crown?
Yeah.
So the club owners claim
Who should be
that they
fired.
didn't know that they were going to have a dead body at the venue, and that the funeral home called them and said that they wanted to plan a homegoing celebration, but they had no idea that it was going to be
So they
what
kept
it
them.
was.
So they allowed them to keep it going and shut the DJ up.
Well,
Get the
some people probably didn't think it was real. Like some people thought it might have even been a wax figure of the guy.
But it was really him.
It was really him. They propped it up his body, and
What?
It's a shame, man. I'm sorry.
Isn't there laws about desecration of dead bodies?
I didn't know you
like,
could. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out.
I've seen it before though, but it was at the viewing where they had him like they had one dude on. I think he was like in a chair. Right, yeah, the motorcycle. You know, like they had him on him, but they wasn't in a club. Like somebody could come to the club and just push the body. I mean, hey man, these your people, man.
But the guy who I guess thought of this idea got the blessings from his family. So
my question is, the club tried to make an excuse like they didn't know, but they allowed the night to go. I've seen clubs shut down stuff they didn't want.
Did it cost extra?
Yeah, was it like $50 extra to get in the club to see the
No,
body?
I mean, was
oh, you mean to have the body there?
Funeral home, did it cost them extra to do that stuff? And then did people pay to get in?
Oh, you know people pay to get in. You know that. Ain't no way a club gonna have a dead body in there.
I don't think I would have attended that. That's just too...
What would have happened if the dudes who shot him came in there and saw him again?
No.
Be like, oh, that nigga ain't dead. Pop, pop, pop. All
right, I agree with you, but I'm gonna go a little deeper in that, poetess. When you said I don't think I would have come, I know I wouldn't have gone. Okay.
And definitely been on camera.
And then partying. I mean, okay, now when it was over, the funeral home had to get the body and take him back.
Probably put him in the coffin.
How did he get there?
In the hearse?
Who set him up?
His boys brought him.
Who dressed him? Man.
Somebody in the car. Yo. What's his name again? What's the rapper name?
Good News.
Yo, Good News. You good?
He looks stiff as hell, though.
Well, he did. I mean, she's like, what, he supposed to look normal? His hands ain't moving. They put a watch on this nigga. Come on. Where's he got to go?
Is he going to get robbed before he gets up out of
But where's he going?
Look at that girl right there. She needs,
How
she
stupid.
needs
I mean,
slapped.
come on, Lou. Come on.
Lou,
This is why
and
our
watch
people.
My man. No,
look
keep
at
it
him.
going. Look, now, this guy right here.
He's like, those two like.
him. He like, you're right there.
That's the dude that shot him. He like, yo, man,
That
if that
dude-
nigga move, I'm telling you, I'm
that
opening up this
dude,
clip.
he's
on
messed
his
up about it. He don't know what to do. That must be
He
his
was
cousin.
more popular. Now, this is
Look
my
at her,
question.
but look at her though. She dressed to the T.
My question is, would he have sold out a club if he was alive?
Obviously, he did.
Because he's a rapper. So would that many people would have showed up had he been alive to see him perform?
What happens on Judgment Day or when you talk to God? Yo, man, hey, God, I appreciate that last minute you gave me, man. The party was off the hook. What the hell? You was dead, nigga. Lou, these your people, man.
All right, what's next? That's just...
I just have one more other little clip that just really, really made my day. Yesterday on the news, this news organization in Minneapolis was doing a story on a teacher strike. And so they dug into the archives to get some footage from a teacher strike from 1970. And this is what they found.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it's going to play in a second. There we go. I don't know why we don't have the sound, but it was a little Prince.
Yeah, that's Prince.
In Minneapolis. And they stumbled across this piece of him out there at the strike for the teachers, supporting the teachers' strike. Rare footage.
Wow. He looked like he could ball, though. You know Prince could ball, even though he was small. But
I heard he could ball, and he balled in high heel shoes.
Well, that was true. But that was a Dave Chappelle skit too.
That was interesting. People tell you look like Darnell Rollins
All the time.
Okay.
You know what's funny?
Larry.
Yeah, I do. And you want to know something funny? I almost pulled this chick like that. I was in the supermarket up in Sherman Oaks, and I walk by, and the girl goes, and she was cute too. She goes, so. Oh my God. I'm not making this up. Oh my God. Oh, I just love your show. Are you guys coming back next year? And I was thinking, like, who's she talking about? And I was like, oh shit. She think I'm deep. And then I was like, yeah, we gonna be, and then I think she figured out, like, he broke, like, say that and left. But yeah, I get it all the time. It's crazy. And I don't really think we look that much alike, but people do.
Yeah, you do kind of.
Do it? Okay.
I mean, I don't even know how I can say it. Yeah, you're probably better looking.
Thank you.
I don't know what that means.
Shit, I was scared.
I was going to have made a note about something. Jeff's book club. I made a note. Don't go to it.
No, it's Uncle Jeff's book club.
Yeah, Uncle Jeff says, do not go to it.
Do not go there. You will not get a word in.
So the group Anonymous, have you guys heard of those guys?
Yes,
no.
Yeah,
They're like they go in
Trump.
and they hack people's accounts.
Right.
So their latest hack was they announced on Twitter that it successfully breached and leaked the personal data of 120,000 Russian soldiers. So all soldiers participating in the invasion of Ukraine should be subjected to a war crime tribunal. There you go.
I don't understand how that's going to hurt. I don't understand how that's going to hurt them, but keep going.
Anonymous said in the message the leak included personal information like dates of birth, addresses, passport numbers, and unit affiliation.
So I'm going to go to Russia and look up this number. Yo, man, I got your address online. I just want to arrest you. Yeah, that's going to work.
You don't think that's going to do any good?
I don't see.
They should have released Putin shit.
How about they release like some money to my account? I mean, why don't you help people out? If you guys are this good at doing that, program some money. Okay, that's a crime. My fault. Go ahead.
Yes, it's a crime. Hey, so thank you very much for the POTUS.
Yeah, thank you, POTUS, and the loud music. Yeah.
I'm sorry I didn't have sound on the Prince thing. I didn't know it was without sound, but it was so cute.
Yes.
That's nice of him. I was thinking about fatherhood, which it seems like it's a lot of stuff stems from either having your father or the way that he. And I was thinking about it when I was up with my dad and spending time with him, and he's 81, and when you're a kid and your dad looks strong and and you're just afraid of him, you're looking up, and then life takes you through that cycle when you're grown and then you're
the strong one, right?
And he still drives. He's plays golf.
Yeah. We supposed to play it one time, but we didn't get. We didn't get out that time.
So he's a little fragile. I saw him pouring some juice and his hand was shaking, and he forget things a little bit. His knees are bad, but it's then when I came home and then I was around my son, I was like, wow, it's just a cycle of life.
Right.
Cycle of life, and I
Did you look at your son and said, I know this nigga ain't gonna pour me no juice when I get older?
No, I can't drink orange juice though.
Why can't you?
Because the acid pulled my stomach. And I love orange juice, but I can't. I can take a sip of it.
Can you eat oranges?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I know.
You can't drink
juice. I really
juice.
don't eat oranges though like that.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, I like pineapple. I can eat pineapple.
I like pineapple, but I'm a watermelon man.
I don't like.
I love watermelon. God, man, juicy watermelon, I can eat that all day.
I can't. It's such a.
Pineapple.
I don't like watermelon, and I don't like chitlins and none of that other stuff.
Chitlins I try to get into. My brother, God rest his soul, used to love
like
chitlins.
Pig feet?
Nah, you never give me no pig feet. Nah, I'll eat some rib tips in a minute. Oh, no. Yeah.
So if a pig walk across your yard, his feet are cool.
Only thing I ain't going to eat. If he can stay on his feet, he good.
No, and I was just thinking about fathers and, how they discipline their children. And I thought about the whole two dads raising kids and fathers who've been to prison. It's just really interesting. I had made some notes about just fathers who have never met their kids. And I was thinking about it too, because do you ever regret not being a father? Do you ever?
Sometimes, but I look at all of the things that I've done over the last 20 years or so working with kids and my god kids, you know what I mean? So I always feel like I'm giving back. And then especially when I hear from like some of the kids that I've trained, and one particular guy where his son, his dad called me and said, man, my son really looks up to you, So I call him. So I regret it sometimes because, you need to, it would have been nice to see me mold somebody like from myself. But at the same time, I see some people when they have their kids and their kids are just screwed up, you want to say, ooh, maybe I dodged the bullet.
You think you would have been a good father? What kind of father do you think you would have been?
I think I would have been a good father. I think I probably wouldn't have been in the business because I know from my own upbringing, not having a father in my life and something like that, how I felt. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that the reason I didn't have kids was because I was always worried about not being there for them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I saw how I felt, and then I saw what some of my friends were going through, like paying child support for a kid that wasn't there. You know, it was just the whole dynamics. You know, but I had hindsight is 20/20. You know what you think you would have done, what you wouldn't have done. So, but
because I think about how life would have been if I didn't have kids. I'd be rolling.
Car would be updated.
Well, there's some like our fathers who lost their dads before their time. You know, you were how old when you? Well, you were.
I never met my father. I was, pretty much. I was raised in foster care to 7, adopted at 7, and then I lost my adopted mom at 15. So my brother, who when I knew, he raised me for 2 years over this time, but that was the only time that I really,
Now that's interesting because your adopted mother was white.
No, my adopted mother was black.
Oh, but
I lived
Tommy Davidson's.
Tommy Davidson's. I think his family was white.
Yeah, his mom was.
But my foster care, where I lived for 7 years, I was raised by white women for about 3 to 4 years out of my life. 'Cause I lived in a cottage.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why, I can say that's one reason that has helped me look at things differently. You know what I mean? Because when people say, "Oh man, they're racist," and I know we've gone through a lot, but like I said, when you're a kid and you wake up and the only people that are feeding you are people that don't look like you, but you respect them. I can't. For me.
Somebody in the chat room said if you had a son, he would be the spitting image of you.
Spitting image, hilarious.
Well, hilarious.
That's funny.
Way to take a real serious moment and talk about my list, you crackhead. No, I'm just kidding.
Fathers with many kids by different women. I always thought that was interesting. And they always talk about their great dads. Like, Speedy will say that, but like you can't be with all of them if they're by different women.
I think Speedy's a good dad, though.
No, I'm not saying
he
he's
manages
not a good dad.
to do it.
Well, that's just like my man, the young boy, who's the one that had the baby by Mariah Carey, Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon got kids by different women, but I guess if you got the paper,
yeah, I guess so.
Money is easier. It's easier to definitely love my daddy.
Oh yeah, no, I'm with you. The teenage father thing is interesting to me because I don't think I would have been. That's kind of hard. Props to young guys who have kids. And
what's crazy about that? Is that you don't really hear a lot about that anymore. Remember that when we grew up, that was like the talk. Being a teenage mom,
right? Being
a teenage father. To avoid that, it's like in terms, and I can only speak for our community because that's it's like we fell into a trap. Like nobody cares no more. You have a kid, you have a kid. Like when we grew up, it was a fear.
Yeah.
It was a fear factor. I think that's probably another reason why I didn't have any kids because coming up, we were taught, if you have a kid, your life will be this and this. Everything that we were taught or shown that could be negative by having a child young, they don't even talk about that.
All
shit
my
no more.
boys had kids when they were young.
Yeah. Still in Philly, ain't they?
Yeah, and the stepdad, and how much power does he really have?
None.
I mean,
What do you think about that?
Stepdad?
Yeah.
Well, I think there are definitely boundaries that you should implement yourself. I think there's.
Oh, as a dad?
Yeah, as a stepdad, as certain things.
I never heard that one before.
Yeah, because you wanna, it will help you maintain control in the sense of you don't, if it's you with the mom, you and the mom discuss things. You try to be if the dad's positive, you try to step back and let him be the dad. And you don't go overboard.
But what about discipline?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't go overboard discipline. You have rules, and that's what I'm saying about your upfront rules. Your upfront rules that are established. No quick new rules. You coming in. It's just like this is our family rules. It's not my dad rules. These are our family rules. So
from who? From the mom?
From everybody. Just family. I mean, you can establish that as a dad. You just say this is our family rules.
But what about that mom that doesn't want her child discipline?
I mean, then you're probably dealing with the wrong woman.
Yeah,
but again, that's why you establish family rules.
Right.
For your home.
Could you date
rules.
someone like that? Could you date someone that said, "Well, Louis, just don't hit my son" or nothing like that?
Well, I mean, as far as
now, I'm talking about
that's part of dating them, realizing where they are in that respect.
Yeah.
Then I could go on a date with them, but if I realize that because I go into it thinking that if it's a woman that has a teenage boy or whatever, and the dad's not around, then that's not my place, and she's
but go
already,
younger though. Take the teenage out of it. Just say you got someone that you date someone that's 5, because that's when they usually be tripping. Like, well, don't I don't mind you being there, but don't.
If the kid is 5?
Yeah.
Well, that means.
And she doesn't want you to discipline them.
Well,
that way.
First of all, if I love her, and I'm going to make adjustments, and hopefully her and I are on the same page when it comes to raising the kids, and if I'm the breadwinner and I'm establishing this home, and this is my house, and the kid's doesn't have my name, but I know I'm feeding him and getting his education. It's certain rules. I'm hoping that I've established enough discipline within myself that the people with me will follow it and respect it.
But if they don't, I think I'll tell any man, if you date a woman that doesn't want you to discipline the kid, get out. Because when that kid gets to a certain age, he knows it. You ain't gonna be running the house.
But that's what I'm saying about it's a family discipline. It's a group discipline. It's not me telling him what to do. This is our family. You don't do that because that's not what we do in this family. Now, if you want to be a part of this family, you have to act a certain way. Now, if you don't, then now you're going against the family structure.
Well, if I have a woman talk to me like that, she don't want me there, because I don't want anybody to tell me, well, you got to deal with the family structure. Like, cause
no, the man is saying that.
You're
saying that.
Oh, okay.
You're saying that to her and the son.
Oh, like this is how we're going to. Yeah,
this is how we do things in our home.
Right. But you're saying that even at the stepdad?
Yes, because this is my house.
Right.
All right, I'm the head of this house.
Okay.
And as a family, we've discussed, your mom and I have discussed this. You're the child.
Right.
This is the rule.
Right.
You don't get to change that rule against the two of us.
Okay.
It's a family.
I'm good. I'm with you.
Now, the mom, if she says, well, he don't have to, well, then you're not going against the family rules either.
Right.
So we got a problem.
Right.
This is for everybody's benefit.
Right.
He comes in at a certain time. He does his homework.
Right.
Because that's what we do no matter whose child was in this house.
Right.
If my nephew comes to live with me, he's going to go into these family rules.
Right. No, I agree. No, I'm just saying, because you hear this doctor that I was listening to the other day, and this was from 1987, and he was just hitting it on the head. He said, and I never thought of it, but now I understand it. The reason that a lot of women who have, when they're raising their sons, have problems bringing a man in the house is because the man that you've had the baby by, when your son gets to a certain age, you start saying you're the man of the house. So you start treating your son like the man of the house. Outside of having sex with him, you're doing everything for him. You're feeding him, you're dressing him, all of that. And then what happens is, when a man does come in, this guy's looking at you like another man, like, yo, who's this dude taking my spot? That's the first thing. So that's the conflict. But then what he said, which was very interesting, is when that child leaves. So like if you're raised by your mom and you leave, you're looking for another woman to do the same thing if you don't have the discipline of going out and trying to educate yourself and getting a job, whatever. You know what I mean? So you're falling into that. That's why a lot of these dudes, they get out, they go live with a girl, they got their own spot, living under her. Because it's almost like you it's the same way that your mom was doing. So it was a very interesting, I'm going to actually give it to you later so you can check it out. But this brother was...
No, I'm good. Thanks. I'm just kidding.
Yes, this is our educated brother right here.
No, I mean, I'm lazy in that. No, but I fight stuff like that until I sit down and say, oh, okay, yeah, let me look at what Dan sent me. Okay, that's interesting. And I was looking at the different, like the Mexican American dad and how he fathers, and the Asian dad and how he fathers, and
But their women don't fight them in fatherhood. The majority of, especially Asian women, I found out in Asian women goal is to be married almost before the age of 24, 25. They say if they don't get married, the likelihood of them getting married is very, very slim.
And these are American Asian women?
Now, I'm not sure, but I'm not sure. That's a good question. But I know when I was over in Korea, someone was talking to me about that, how they tried to get married young. Because if you notice, Asian women and Latino, when I was changing with Latino women, because they're fine. They're just kind of doing it. They're almost becoming like, they're doing their thing. You know what I mean? But, the Asian culture and the Latino culture always got married young. Mm-hmm. Especially the Latinos. I mean, they 18, them motherfuckers got 3 kids.
Yeah, 3 kids.
Okay, maybe 2.
Yeah. And it's interesting, fathers whose kids have gone to prison. I have a buddy up north, and we were
What
talking.
jail is he in?
No, his son.
Oh, you said up north. You know, that's
Yeah,
when
son-
somebody, well, you know, in Philly, where you at? Up north, he in jail.
Oh, okay, yeah, his son is in jail, and we were just talking about that journey of he was saying about his pain, but he had to let him go because he was just.
How much time did his son get?
I don't know. He's been in and out of jail for 7 years. He's getting ready to transition to a halfway house, and hopefully he'll get it together.
He'll be back in. Let's just go ahead and tell your friend leave him alone. He's not going to make it.
And that was one of the things. Like, can you be? I think you can be. One of the questions I have written down. Can you be a good father if you're broke?
Ooh, that's something else he talked about. Mm-hmm. He said that. I mean, why couldn't he be? I mean, is he still cutting the grass? Is he still making sure that? Is he cooking for you? Is he doing everything? What's broke?
Right.
This is. I know you're not gonna look at it, but I'm gonna send it to you anyway.
But like, excuse me, like there's people saying signs. I was driving and got on the corner of the freeway when you exit. I'm broke, but I'm not broken.
Oh, he sound like a girl.
And I looked at him, and he thought I looked at him, and that's what happens when you look at him. They think you're gonna give him something, and I wanted to roll down the window and say, I'm broke.
Yeah, I'm broken.
I'm broke,
but I'm not broke.
You know, the African American dad and how he fathers and fathers who are too old to be a new dad. I thought that was interesting.
Might be me.
Taking care, and that goes to the point of me saying taking care of your dying father and finding out your son is gay.
How would you feel about that, Lou?
Well, I mean, I've talked about that.
Okay.
You know, I would, you know, the transition wouldn't be as easy as it was with my daughter. Because I just would try to figure out.
Your daughter's gay?
Yeah. Again, it'd be a thing of I would be looking inward instead of looking outward.
I think it's really unfair for people to judge parents who have feelings about that. I really don't think it's fair because I don't think there's any man that has a son that says, "Oh, I can't wait to take her shopping for a dress or something." I mean, every man, it's like women. When you have a daughter, you're like, "Oh, I can't wait to take her to go, get a dress." I mean, it's just of what I've experienced. And I just think it's unfair when people judge the parent because the parent is going, if you think the child's going through something, the parent is going through just as much, depending on.
No, parent's not going through as much as the kid.
Why?
Because it's the child's experience. It's not the parent. The parents is not. What is it?
See, you're saying child. We're saying when these people get older. I'm saying, but go ahead.
When a person is fighting for their identity and trying to get an understanding of their feelings and all that, the person who's not going through it is not suffering more than
them. But the parents, no, it's not that. The parents are going through it with them as well as their own.
Yeah, but not to the same level.
You can't say you don't feel pain from, like, if something happened to your child or something.
If something
so
happens
that's what I'm saying.
But being gay is not a pain.
And I think if the parent doesn't support that child, it makes it just that much worse.
But is the parent wrong for not? That's a good question.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. I ain't no parent. I'm asking.
Yeah, the parent is wrong. That's your child.
Right.
But again, the parent, there's been, and I've known people that have had it where their parents just like, yo.
Yeah, and that parent is not a good parent.
Okay.
That's part of your journey as a parent is to support your child.
Right.
So that they can have a better understanding of this life that you gave them.
Yeah, but do they understand it?
But Louis, let me ask you, you just said that if that were the case, you would look inward. So would you blame yourself if your son was
just trying to get an understanding of why I have mixed feelings, trying to put them in order so I can better support him. So that's when I say when I'm looking inward because I'm trying to figure out, first and foremost, in my ignorance, I'm thinking it's a reflection of me. That's in my ignorance. That's what I'm saying by getting inward, by getting all of that ignorance out of me and trying to get an understanding and say, I just need to support him or her, my child. Just like if your child is hooked on drugs, you have to figure out, you blame yourself for a second.
Because
you want to say, what's the best way to help them? I can do tough love. I can keep letting them go back and falling back, or I'm just going to have to cut them off until they get a better understanding.
But you're naming these things, but I believe there's no way that no one's not saying what part of this did I cause? Even if you might never cause nothing, or anything, any part of it. There's no way that you don't say, did I, it's drugs or anything. Damn, did I Did I not spend enough time with him?
No, that's perfectly understandable.
Okay, so
but
I don't think we should put that on the back burner. And that's what I'm really saying. There's no way that you're not looking at the situation and you do feel a certain way.
Yeah, but you don't get to feel a certain way in respect that it's you feel just as bad as you're going through more than what the kid is going through. No, the child or the adult is going through. No, you're not, because you're not experiencing it.
Right.
You're not experiencing it.
But my question would be is, well, you already answered it, even though I don't believe that's the case, because I believe that everybody still has the right to have a feeling the way they feel about a situation. You feel like they're not a great parent if they don't support it, and you can't say that for everybody.
Well, I mean,
I just don't think it's fair.
Yeah, okay,
so you're saying if you don't support your child in his sexuality, that you're not a good parent, that you're still a good parent?
Yeah, because it doesn't mean you don't dislike or love your kid. That just means you may not agree with the lifestyle. So why is that?
It's one thing to not agree with the lifestyle, but to
support it. Support them.
I never said nothing about support, though. If you never heard me say that they shouldn't support them, I just said that the person should have the right, because you're going to feel a certain way. It doesn't mean that you don't love your kid anymore. It's just like if your kid goes to prison. You could be mad as hell, but you can be like, shh.
So
I'm gonna put money on his book still. But
so what do you mean? Like, does that mean he can't come to the house
with
his boyfriend?
Yeah, but you say he feels a certain way.
You still, that door can be open. I'm saying that doesn't mean the person doesn't have the right to feel a certain way about it, in terms of like, I don't agree with the lifestyle, or where did I go wrong? I mean, these are all
I don't agree with the lifestyle, but I still love you.
Yeah, yeah. Why can't you? I mean, that's just, see, the thing is, I think America has it now where people all want to say the same thing, like, oh, my son's gay, yeah, and I have no problem with it. No, some people may not, but I'm quite sure there's people that are. But when you say that they are, or that doesn't make you a good father or parent. No,
I'd say it doesn't make a good parent if you don't support them.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you cannot. It's people that support situations that don't agree with it.
Right. No, it's okay, but I don't think you need to highlight your disagreement about it. I don't think you need to be harping on them about why you don't like it and all that. Fine.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying that, but that's, but like you just said, you looked within yourself. You didn't say that you said, did I ever do something to make you, do drugs, but you did say to yourself just now, you look within yourself to wonder, what did you do? Or is there something that I have to understand, because what caused you to want to maybe get hooked on drugs?
That should become a human condition of one doing
and
self.
I think but I think everybody should be allowed that. And I think that sometimes
we have a call, y'all.
Okay, caller. Hello.
Hey, how's it going? No, this is a tough topic to kind of dive into, but I do agree with the one gentleman that's on the show. I missed everyone's names, but, I think everyone does have a right to their own personal conviction and be able to say, listen, I don't appreciate all of your activities and it's not welcome in my house. I think everyone has that right. As you mentioned, someone go off to jail or someone makes certain life choices that isn't in line with the family. I mean, why don't they have that right to kind of say, here's my footing. I don't want to expose the rest of the family to this. They should have that right.
It doesn't mean that you don't love them, and I understand what you're saying on that part. I think it means that you don't love them, and I'm not saying that you should exclude them, like you're just like, okay, you're not part of the family. But again, I think I think some people will be lying to themselves if they don't expose it. Because I've heard of situations where people say, my dad really wasn't, I've heard people talk about when they found out that their parent was, like I got a cousin that's gay. You know what I'm saying? And Tyrone, he was a dancer for the Alvin Haley, situation, and he came to town.
It was a dance troupe, not a situation. It was really
with the troupe,
very successful.
Yes, and he was an Alvin Haley dancer.
That's a Philly.
Okay, well, I forgot. And and he danced downtown, and I went and picked him up. Now his dad is cool with who he is, but his uncles had some issue with it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it didn't mean that he didn't love him. It didn't mean that he didn't want him in the house. You know what I'm saying? And I believe, my man, that I just believe as a society, if we would all understand that everybody's going to have a different feeling, different choice, it doesn't mean that it's hate. We could really understand situations a lot better. That's what I'm saying.
Excuse me, what's your name, sir?
Troy, and I'm in the same boat as the guest here. I got at least 2 or 3 gay cousins, close to the family, and everyone has their opinion on how their parents dealt with this transition and how their parents dealt with them coming out, and, you know, point back to the childhood and say, you know, here's the causal factors for how it happened here. And, you know, as much as all of that is probably, you know, crossing the line of everyone's business, you know, the parents each struggled with this. You know, in the end, the children didn't even end up, you know, within proximity of the family. They all want to live this lifestyle that's not really compatible with the way the families run. So, you know, they run to LA, they run to Miami, they run to the cities where these behaviors are more accepted, and they're no longer like in the normal tradition of things with us. We don't see them at Christmas and Thanksgiving, you know? So, and I think it's no different than anything else. You know, families have standards, and I don't know why, especially in the Black community, they no longer want to maintain some of these values the way these other ethnic groups do. You know, you go to a Chinese family, they have standards of who their children can date. You know, the selective breeding and, even being involved, like they're hands-on with who their children end up with and the lifestyles their children have. And I just don't see that in our side. It's kind of just, you know, do what you want to do, and, you know, everyone should accept it.
Now, Troy, are you married with kids?
I am. So, you know.
How long have you been married?
Probably 8 years.
Okay.
And we have a 7-year-old.
And
Okay.
what, you have a boy and a girl?
Just a boy.
Boy. So, and he's hot. What? He's, I guess, 7 or.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, I knew he couldn't have been over 8 because Troy was talking about tradition.
Right. If you was over 8, Troy, we'd have had to get you. Like,
No.
you got some early.
No, I mean, so I and that's interesting how you can take from a person's point of view,
Right.
And his stance that he got married first, then had a kid,
Right.
And he's and first of all, congratulations.
Yeah, and I commend you on that.
Congratulations. It's not easy doing the right thing. It's just because so many people choosing to do
He said
their own thing.
Yeah, he said something I thought was interesting in terms of, he said like how other nationalities kind of pick. I don't believe we should pick maybe the individual we with or something like that for our children, but I do think there should be a guidance of saying, because you've lived longer, you know what I'm saying? And maybe if you are a good parent, like if I see, you know, Lou, I think you could say something like, no matter what, you're like, hey man, you know, I don't know, son, she a little different. I've seen this kind of girl before.
Well, you can kind of control that environment by, you know, we did that somewhat with, you know, you joined Jack and Jill, you know, our kids went to private school, so they hung out with a lot of friends who went to private school, but we made sure they had a lot of Black friends. You know, you as a parent, that's your responsibility in, you know, just to make sure, again, it goes back, like I was saying, about certain rules in the home.
Right.
This is our family rules.
Right.
And if you establish those family rules, everybody within that home will more or less go with the guideline. If they do stray away, they'll come back because that was their foundation. So I think it's important. And I congratulate Troy and his wife for establishing that. You guys going to have more kids?
Who knows? Things are tight.
Well, you better hurry up, man, because you're about to have a baby that's going to have a babysitter.
Right.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, at least you did. You got to have another one quickly because you got the 4-year
7-year-old
plan.
will be mad.
So
Yeah.
One will be out of college, another one will be entering college. So that's good. Save money. Right. But listen, Troy.
I came across the show. You know, I've been following Lou since Foxhole days, way back when, and just kind of watching. I know we both got. I think we got a birthday around the same day. You in May?
Yeah, May 5th. What are you?
I'm May 6th.
Oh, okay. Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, my birthday's next
so
week.
I always know, like, you know, as soon as my.
Go ahead, Troy. Hello.
Troy?
You know, appreciate you letting me on. You know, is this a recurring show?
Yes, it'll be on every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time.
I think I lost you.
Yeah, it'll be on every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern
Pacific
Time.
Coast time.
Oh, Pacific. Oh, 11. I'm sorry.
11 a.m. West Coast time.
Damn, Louis, you're going to have everybody at 8 o'clock in the morning.
No, I just put it out. Hey, thank you, Troy.
Hey,
and,
Troy, thank you, bro.
Happy birthday, early birthday, man. Have a good one. Safe.
Thanks so much. You guys have a good one.
All right,
you
brother.
too.
Thank you, man.
Oh, man, I think I put 11 Eastern Standard Time.
That's why ain't nobody listening to us.
Well,
Thanks
Troy,
a lot, Lou.
I was tripping.
You know, POTUS, this is what happens when you're on tour. You don't really remember the little people.
Oh, but here's the good thing about...
No, if he's on tour, he might get his time zones confused.
So, but here's the good thing. I think
Thanks a lot for jumping on my side, POTUS.
I
Appreciate
think you can edit it. Yeah, I can edit. I can say 11 a.m. So I say 11 Pacific time.
Yeah, 11 a.m. Pacific times. That would be 2 o'clock Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 2 o'clock East Coast time.
So Pacific Standard.
2 o'clock Eastern time.
See, there you go. That's beautiful. I just.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know you could edit. You didn't know you could edit on Instagram. Are you just figuring this out?
Yeah, I figured that out a couple days ago.
Yeah.
But you can't edit on Twitter though.
I don't tweet. Because I think tweeting would get me in trouble. Because I don't type fast enough, and by the time I get the next sentence out, they don't share that one.
Slow down. You just said.
Oh, sorry about that. When I get excited, I spit, man. I apologize. I've been working on it.
Troy, that was a great call, Troy.
Yeah, see, but I can respect the call like that because he's not, and I wish people could see that, Lou, man, that, even when he's dealing with tradition, he's not spilling hate, you know what I'm saying? He's not saying, and I think that's the problem. It's too easy for us to, many of you disagree.
And he had a great voice.
Yeah.
He had a great voice.
You might want to replace you with him.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, when you ain't here.
Everybody's replaceable. Yeah. Hey, caller, what's up?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your voice is not as good as Troy's.
Yeah, but who is
this?
It's not as good? What's that mean? You got a bad connection or you don't like my voice?
No, it's a little squeaky. Who's this?
This is Venus.
Oh, okay. You're okay, Venus. Sorry. How you doing?
You know Venus?
I'm wonderful. You guys are talking about a topic that I can definitely address.
Okay, please do.
Okay. You're talking about homosexual lifestyle, right, with our kids. And I've gone through this on different levels. I have a daughter, and she has 2 daughters. My daughter came out right before graduating high school, but she didn't come out on her own. I kind of found out she was hanging down the street at this older woman's house.
Mm.
This older woman who had a younger lady staying with her, which I was told was her little sister. Now, a lot of my feelings with my daughter is personal because, first of all, when she started hanging with this older woman, I don't want to use no names, but you guys may know of her. She's a singer. But I was offended because this woman, I come to find out she was seeing this younger child who was probably young enough to be her daughter. And I felt like my daughter was manipulated and drawn into it and was blindsided. But, okay, that's fine. So I talked to my daughter, and I tried to explain and talk to her. But the fact that she wanted to hang with who she wanted to, and no matter what, this lady allowed my child to go down there. When I talked to this lady, my child needed to be home at a certain time. I'm trying to keep up with my kids. I'm one of these ones. I hit the streets, hit the corners, looking for my child.
How old was your daughter at this time?
At that time, Poetess, I think she was like 16. She was 16. And she was messing up in school, and just starting to ditch school. So my concern was to get her, to follow my rules and do what she's supposed to do. But after talking to this woman, she would lie about my daughter being there. And so I started having issues with that. Okay, so the mistrust came in. Then my daughter started hanging when she got a little older and moved out. And it's the company that she kept. She had a young daughter at 19. She had a daughter, and her and the child's father, after a while, broke up. But she started having this company, and they, all kind of companies. Some of her friends, they were into dancing, strippers, I'll just say it. And it's what my granddaughter was exposed to. My daughter had the kind of friends that fight her. And instead of my daughter understanding, it was more about the company she's keeping, what she's exposing her child to, and the respect that she deserved. I don't care what her friends were about. It's the respect your household deserve, you deserve, I deserve when I come to your house. But my daughter, she had to go through this. She hit rock bottom, partying in her place. These same people who fought her threw bricks through her window at her home where the baby was lying on the couch. And then another time, my baby was driving down the street, and she had the baby in the back seat. Somebody threw a rock. And she turned around and befriend these people again after going through this. I don't tolerate that. Your friends aren't supposed to turn on you, fight you, this, that, and the other. So I was always preaching that. And I got mad at her friends. Those are not friends. When my daughter had to lose everything, and become homeless, and see these people, not one of them being there for her, And then she's like, "Oh, Mom, you were right." Well, baby, I was telling you the whole time, but instead of her listening to where I was coming from, she turned me and talked to everybody and called me homophobic. You know, but now I have a nephew who has he hasn't gotten the surgery, but he dresses as a female. He's transgender. He lives his life as a girl. I have people close to me who are gay or lesbian, whatever, and I love them. I can love people for who they are. But my child, she took that and just turned just made my reputation about being a homophobic, and she didn't get the big picture. Now that she's an adult, it's a different story, and she had to go through so much heartbreak to finally understand and listen to me.
Do you guys have a good relationship now?
We do.
Okay. And is your daughter still practicing that lifestyle?
Oh, very much so. Now she has 2 daughters. Here's the other thing. Jumping back and forth from the man to the woman. And I said, baby,
so she's
what's
bi?
going on?
Is she bi?
She claims it, but now she just claims that she's lesbian.
Well, maybe she was just trying to have kids.
That's possible, but she claimed to want to marry the man, her youngest child's father. She would go around and say, while she was in between relationships, "That's my husband," saying it jokingly. I said, you know what? And playing with his emotions. This man loves her to pieces and hasn't even dated again. He hopes thinking he could get back with his family. Now, she was playing that back and forth role, manipulating, and those are things that just kind of got under my skin. And I tried to talk to her like, this is not a game. You can't play with people's emotions, and she doesn't like to be by herself. And sometimes you need that self-healing. But I'm just saying it's a whole lot that a parent has to go through and deal with, with that.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Venus. Now, how much of that you feel was your fault? Did you, like Lewis said, have to look in and say, okay, what part did I play in her decisions?
You know what? I'll say like about 5 years ago, I was really struggling with it, sis. I really was, because I'm losing this closeness, this bond that I have with my child. She's running to other people instead of coming to talk to me. And I always wanted to have that channel open, like for my kids to always talk to me no matter what. And it's been a struggle because she had her mind made up that I'm one way, and not opening up until she just got in this bad car accident lately. "Oh, Mommy, I'm so glad we talked." And I said, I always tried to talk to you, but you looked at me like I'm fussing at you. And I just wanted some understanding. I wanted, and of course, I'm sure I played a part because I was raised a certain way. I won't play innocent. I was raised, my mother's a Jehovah's Witness, and I was raised that way.
So Venus, I want to say, because we're short on time, but before I go, first of all, I want to congratulate you on how strong you were in loving your daughter and dealing with the situation. Not everyone would have been able to handle that. So kudos to you, for being able to get to this point and begin healing. And I'm sure it's your daughter might not tell you, but her kids and your grandkids appreciate you and for you being that strong. And I'm really happy that we were able to just give you a forum just to discuss it and tell your truth, which is important for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it, and if I would have had more time, I would have went into her daughter because she's about to be 20, so she struggled with it. She's still dealing with it. But thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. Thank you. Take care. All right. Bye-bye, Venus.
All right. Bye-bye.
That woman got on my nerves. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding. Stop it, Lewis. I'm so.
I see why her daughter went.
And I'm gonna see why I got to fight in the street. That's why I got to get my hands right because they hear this shit.
I'm just kidding, Venus. I'm just sorry.
You on the road and I'm getting beat down and back here in the hood.
After a while, I was like.
But you know what's funny?
I was getting ready to jump off.
But you know what's funny?
No, I'm just kidding. No.
I appreciate her because she says something that I was saying earlier. Not everybody is going to agree with the lifestyle, and it's a struggle. And you're asking people to act like they're supposed to, not us, but I'm saying society is saying, accept it, love them, whatever. It's just she never stopped loving her daughter, but what I was saying is she still was hard to accept that lifestyle.
But Venus is a strong woman.
I don't think it was more so the lesbian lifestyle. I think it was the street life.
Yeah. No, she
the street. No,
it was both.
The street
it was
life.
both because she said that her daughter was down there and she felt
because the woman was old enough to probably be her mama.
That's why she was upset because the woman manipulated her.
That's the word. So that ain't nothing to do with street manipulate. She feels like her daughter was manipulated into the lifestyle.
No, not so much the lifestyle, just manipulated to where she could just say.
Put Venus back on the phone. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, shout out to you, Venus.
Yes, and
Troy,
thank you for listening too.
Yeah, and Troy. Venus, and don't forget Uncle Jeff's book club.
Yeah.
If you really want to read good books, don't go to his book club. I'm just kidding. Want to thank Will.
Will Smith.
No, not Will.
I didn't know. They be thinking Will now.
We had 3 calls. We had Venus, Troy, Jeff, and then we had and our producer
and Sylvester.
And Sylvester.
And we want to thank POTUS for just jumping in and blowing our ears off with the music and.
No, it was a good show.
It was great.
I had a lot of fun. I got.
Can you find another co-host for next time?
I'm working on it. I mean,
This guy.
No, I think he's getting his rhythm.
Thank you, Jeff. Sorry.
No, I enjoy you too, and I love the jokes in the chat room. But anyway,
She loves the jokes. So it's on me.
I want to thank my boy. I got a friend, Mark Weiss.
You got one friend?
Yeah. Well, Mark is.
Is he better than Jeff? Because you and Jeff
Mark
be battling.
He's high up. He's high end. He's like really wealthy and all that, but he's so down to earth.
What's wealthy mean?
He's wealthy in his life with his beautiful family.
Okay.
And monetary. So he's got both.
And where's he from?
He's from L.A.
Okay, damn. I know you from Philly. I didn't know you got.
No, he's just and he's a Jewish guy who you wouldn't think was Jewish because people think he's black.
No, I think he's Jewish.
No, he's just
so if we look at him, we're gonna say you black.
Yeah, when you first look at him.
There's black Jews.
Yeah, when you look at him,
I know it's black Jewish people.
He's physical too. So when you look
Sammy
at him,
Davis Jr.
When you look at him, first thing you say is athlete. But he's
Tiffany
a nice
Haddish.
guy.
Oh, she's Jewish now?
Yeah.
When she converted?
A few years ago.
Yeah, but shout out to him and his family. But because he actually takes the time and listens.
Right.
And when he does, he likes me. He thinks I'm good.
Well, hey, Mark, call me up. Let me just go ahead and
No, just kidding. But it was a shout out to Kansas for winning.
Did you shout Sheena? Sheena called in.
Yeah, I said the producer.
Oh, I'm gonna shout out to my boy too to listen. My boy Chris Taylor from Atlanta.
Okay,
he was listening.
Well, was he at the funeral?
No.
Oh, that was in D.C.
Yeah, that was in
I
D.C.
thought he was in the funeral.
He said the tickets were high, so he couldn't get up there.
Hilarious. Shout out to our boy Jay Arnold. Whatever
Jeff,
you're doing,
Big Jeff.
You always got a seat, even though it's no chair here.
Tell Jeff, man. Thank you, Jeff.
Stand next time you come. Want to shout out. Want to also remind our listeners that In a Man's World is now on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and next week we have a special guest scheduled to come in.
Yeah, famous one.
Yeah, somebody
not like
famous.
us. Somebody really. I mean, we're talking about A-list. He really shouldn't come on our show. I don't know how we got it.
You think we can get Will? I think that'd be the bomb if we could get Will.
Well, I know his people, but I know
his people too.
So. You know his people? Yeah. You golf.
He's probably
but I know his right hand man though.
Who? JL?
Charlie Mack.
That's not really his right hand.
Johnny Mack.
No, Charlie Mack.
No, Charlie Mack.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlie
I know JL
Mack.
too. JL's from around my way.
I know Charlie.
He's from JL grew up around 59th Street, around that area.
Now
in Philly.
JL's a fighter. JL Rumble.
Yeah. Will could go. Will is no punk. I think because of the Fresh Prince and the happy raps.
Yeah.
People think, but no, Will.
He's from Philly.
Yeah. Let me put it this way. Growing up when we grew up, let's put it this way, because I don't know now, because all they do is shoot now. But growing up, 65% of the dudes had hands in the street. Right. You was going to get, and it wasn't no grabbing. If you grabbed, they'd be mad at you. Right. You had to stand up and be banging. That's why I was, me and my boys, we used to joke and say, how do we look? We'll make sure our punches wasn't coming off like,
It's an unknown call. Straight. I don't know who it is. Hello? Unknown.
It's taking a phone call during the show.
No, I'm just trying to see if it's somebody important.
If it's unknown, they ain't important.
Hello?
No, those are the important ones.
Oh, is it?
The unknown.
Now that's
Somebody called me about some money the other day.
You know who calls me
I
unknown?
almost didn't answer.
You know who calls me
See, that's
private?
why.
It's only one person that calls me private, and I know it's him.
Who?
DL.
Oh, okay.
DL calls me. When I see private, I already know it's him. Like, what up, team? What's up? You good?
So he calls you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, me and DL, that's my man. And we frat brothers too now. You know.
Oh yeah, because he.
DL's frat now.
Yeah, and so was somebody they said or somebody else they gave one to. Oh, Steve Harvey.
No, Anthony Anderson.
Yeah, Anthony Anderson. Yeah. And did they give his mom a sorority?
Stupid.
But yeah, so shout out to everyone, and shout out to D.L. Hughley. He's
DL's my guy.
He's a talented guy.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Louis Dix, man. I'm really proud, man, that you know, people, you cannot take a tour for granted, man, in the comedy tour. And I think now you almost is about the best time, because I think really people really want to hear they really want to hear material.
Yeah, I'm having a good time. Shout out to Code 3 for allowing me to come back and forth. She picks me up from the airport after. So she's cool people. She hurt her wrist, but
she hurt her wrist. What, cooking waffles?
No, no. But listen, so we're gonna get out of here. Thank you so much for coming out,
man. Lou, man, it's
Thank
a pleasure.
you, boss lady.
Can I give my
yes, social media?
Social media, just in case someone might want to follow me. Dannon Green 66. Follow me, please. Even if you talk about me in my list, I really want you to follow me. Dannon Green 66 and Dannon Green on Facebook. I don't tweet.
And I'm Louis Dix Jr. LEWISDIX Jr. And then I think that's Instagram, Twitter. I think it's Lou Dix Jr. I don't know. I didn't do it right.
Well, that's nice, Lou. They don't know when to listen, and they ain't gonna know where to find you.
I know, but we appreciate all of you taking the time.
But
Be safe out there.
Yeah, be safe, and
we'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next week.